you believe the earth is flat? Or do you believe it's round?
Set it off.
Tell us, honestly, tell us how you feel. It's a debate.
It's Corona Negra, no one out there better. Y'all all had your shine, now I'm changing the weather. It's Corona Negra, no one out there better. Y'all all had your shine, now I'm changing the weather. It's Corona Negra, it's Corona Negra, it's Corona Negra, it's Corona.
I would honestly say no, just because, like, how everything, we was just having a debate the other night about the phi ratio and how everything grows in a circle. So if everything grows in a circle, how could we possibly, I'm not going to say how could we possibly, because obviously there are all people who think otherwise, but I personally see it as being math and how in a mathematical formula that if creation sees everything to be round, why wouldn't the actual planet that we live on actually be round in itself? You know what I mean? On top of that, the model of showing that something's flat, like this flat table, right? Now, that light would be representative of the sun. There's no dark side on the top of this table. It's all completely light. So it would actually have to be something blocking it in order for you not to be able to get enough light to the opposite side or to have a dark side of it. But that's not necessarily what happens. So as far as I'm concerned, that's my theory on why I think that the earth would have to be round.
Okay, well, I think that the circumference of the world is round, but in all actuality, I feel that the earth itself is flat, solely based on the stability that as we stand up right now. She's flat. But as they say, whoever they may be, the globe continuously spins. I always had questions about that. And I'm not in complete opposition to what you said. It's just that my views and perspectives are a bit different than yours. Until I can actually get on Air Force One or one of the rocks and go up there and check it out, my views and perspectives will primarily stay the same, to be honest with you. But I'm very open to the truth, if you will.
So what is the truth?
We're trying to find it out. Maybe somebody tonight can get it like
You know what you believe? What do you believe?
I believe it's possible that it's flat. I'm open-minded. Round just doesn't make sense because of a lot to do with gravity and a lot to do with our history in general. Like even the Bible says things about there being a firmament and the earth being flat. You got every single type of religion who's always, not religion, culture over history, who's always drawn maps of flat earth. And, you know, they had knowledge. You know, it's not like they were so ignorant because a lot of stuff's still true. So the only people who say that it's round is NASA. And there's a lot of lies that come from them too.
For me, I think that, like he said, it's curvature, but we standing on this flat. What's going on with that? But if y'all know, if you put a microscopic insect on this.
Speak louder.
If you put a microscopic insect on this, the part that he's on is gonna be flat to him. But the further you go back, you see it's round. We small. Like, I don't know if y'all been in the plane and you going up in the plane out of LaGuardia Airport. You can see the curvature. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, why would everything else be round? Everything's round. The stars, the water bubbles, everything, our cells, the nuclear, everything is round. Everything is round. But
so is this table round?
Yeah, but that's in our little dimension. It really is. You know why it's round? Because everything is 360 degrees. A square, and everything comes from a circle and a square. Everything. You can get this, a trapezoid, all this, and it's going to add up to 360 degrees sooner or later. You know, 360 degrees is a bubble, or it's round. You know, I'm not saying some dude told me, one flat earth dude told me the plane is audience up there is a light show and it looked like a coin. It's like shaped like a coin. I'm like, come on. And if the earth was flat, whoever seen the corners of it? Now, don't get me wrong, Antarctica's a no-fly zone. Antarctica is round. It's kind of round. It's not, they try to say that Antarctica is surrounding our whole map, but when they show Antarctica, people see Antarctica's, there's a shape of it, but you can't go over a certain part of Antarctica, because I do believe that there's a big hole somewhere in Antarctica. I believe.
What you mean you can't go over a certain part of Antarctica?
There's a no-fly zone where the aurora borealis is, where the light from the, I believe, the central sun is coming out or whatever. They don't want you to see something. They'll show you it's a no-fly zone. No plane, nothing ever can go by there since Richard E. Byrd. Since he flew over there and whatever he wrote down, whatever, no planes are allowed over there. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know, but I'm saying that stuff could be real. And if flat earthers believe the earth is flat, and then they believe of the center earth, the inner earth, how can you understand what I'm saying?
So something flat could have a middle though, a hole in it. Something flat, like I can put a knife through this table.
Yeah, true.
So light could come through the slightest crack.
But flat earthers also believe there's no curvature, and if you come into the edge, there's gonna be some curvature. Somewhere on one of these edges, we had to see some curvature somewhere.
All right, so this is my thing. Let's say it is. I'm not even going to entertain that. Let's say we taking a plane, we taking a flight. If we take a flight from California and we trying to go, let's say, China, this plane is not going to leave and go all the way across America to get through Europe to go to China. It's going to go the opposite direction. It's going to go from California all the way to China. It's not going to go over across another continent to do that. So if the earth was only flat, you wouldn't be able to do that. You would have to go one way because there's no other way that you can't go.
Explain it again for the people real quick.
All I'm saying is
They do go one way.
They
lie about it. If you notice, the planes always stop at places that don't make sense when they're going certain ways. Nothing about the globe makes sense. Like Africa is bigger than you could fit America just in one country in Africa. Africa is a whole bunch of continents. It's not just one country. So if you look at that globe right now, it doesn't even make sense. Africa's not that small. So the way planes fly can't make sense.
I'll give you that. America, I mean, I'm not debating the size of America. America is definitely small. But all I'm saying is when you traveling, the direction that it's traveling, it's going across this ocean right here.
Time zone.
Specific ocean. It's not going across the Atlantic, or it's not going from California and then stopping in South Carolina and then going across the Atlantic Ocean, then going to Africa or Europe and then going to Asia. It's going to go the opposite way. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't flat, if it was flat, it would be impossible to take the opposite route. If I was going to Hawaii, I wouldn't be able to fly to Hawaii from China. I would have to go from China, go across Europe, and then go to America to get all the way back around to the opposite side to get to Hawaii.
That's a fact that a lot of the flat earthers theory, people believe it, point out, is that the flights don't make sense for where you're going. Like if you're trying to fly to China, then and it would make sense to go through California or go another direction, then why does the flight stop in like the same areas all the time and then go somewhere else? There's never a direct flight to like the other side of the globe according to the globe. It always stops somewhere. But why does it stop somewhere?
Now, we just got somebody new coming up to the panel. Her name is Nika. She's just a regular person. Now, I want to know, as far as you think, is the earth flat to you? Now, my thing is, how do you feel about the flat earth? There's a lot of talk about it. Everybody's talking about the earth is flat. And, how do you feel? Do you feel that in any type of way? Because in ancient times, it's true. there's maps of flat Earth where they have a firmament. In the Bible, it talks about a firmament, like a dome over the Earth. And there's people that flew rockets and heard the rocket hit the so-called firmament. A lot of people got these they got good. There's a lot of people talking about this stuff. And what do you think?
Well, I think that it is flat. From what research, which not much, but from what I hear of, Googling different things, different topics, watching YouTube, as far as to doing solid research, no. Am I a scientist? No. But does everybody have their own opinion of what they think? Absolutely. So, I think so. I mean, I'm just joining the discussion. I don't know
So
what
what you
everybody
think? You
else
think
is.
it is round or flat?
I think it's flat.
You think the Earth is flat?
I think it is. I don't know what you previously discussed.
She's a flat earther. She's a flat earther.
Flat Earth, okay. What did you say, round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
What'd you say?
I think it's
Yo,
right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess it just goes back to if you have a host of individuals that have not ever been in a plane and have like I would say, a broad view of the world from above, how could you view it any different if you're standing on stable ground?
But there's people
Okay.
who said that they had that view and it still was flat. There's people that said the only thing that made it look the curvature was the wind.
Well, I'm a flat earther.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm saying. I don't know if you forgot, so. But I'm just saying, how else can you look at it? Okay, if you've never been in a plane and you've never looked at the world or the earth itself from above, there's no way that you can have a different view and perspective, because if it was round, you would figure you would be to stand up. Shit is always spinning around, if you will. That's all I'm saying.
You know what the problem is, y'all? Real quick. Humans are so. I ain't calling it.
No, just put it out.
I'm just saying.
Just put it out.
Our government is so. We are so big at it. So we think we standing on top of the earth, and we're a part of the earth. We grow from the earth like fruit instead of.
Well, you also know the government is comprised of people. You could be the government. He could be the government.
Yeah, but I'm
She
just
could be
saying.
the
I'm
government.
not saying the government.
No, I
I'm saying as far as like, we think we bigger than we are. Yo, we tiny. We can't see in New York City look like a rash from
Like
where
a
we
skit.
come.
Like a skit.
Yeah, look,
Like a
we
skit.
are a rash.
Like a
Like
skit.
cancer.
Like a skit. Like a skit.
You know what I'm saying? So, I think that we.
Alright, so let me ask this question. From a flat earth perspective, how does the water stay on the planet?
That's all I'm trying to figure
I
out.
got an answer for that.
Yeah,
Give it up.
that's
Give it
what I'm
up.
saying.
Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
Have y'all heard of the ice wall?
No.
Yeah, I heard that one.
I haven't.
So the ice wall, if you believe in the flat earth theory, is that it actually is round, which what you're saying about the roundness is true, that everything does start round. Yeah, it's round, but it's not a globe. It does go around, and in that circle there's the ice walls that keep everything in, which is why waves go up and then back down. Like if this was a globe, waves wouldn't go up and then back down. That wouldn't make sense with gravity either. But the ice wall, and the reason we can't go over is because it was discovered that that is the end. We're not allowed to go past that, just like that movie. I can't remember, but the ice wall keeps all the water in. It stops, and it goes in the whole flat round.
It's real.
But I also pulled up a fact about the flights.
Okay.
I like
I mean,
already. She like me. I'm dealing with
listen to
facts.
that.
Facts all the time.
I want to bring.
That's all we do.
I wanted to disclose your facts, but I also want around the round and flat Earth debate to everyday life in my ghetto. I want to understand how do we equate what's going on in the housing project to the Earth being flat around. I want to streamline that conversation.
That goes into
in-
spiritual warfare.
No, okay, that's fine.
This is a flat earth debate.
Well, we're on the Earth. I want to know what's going on here. I
Yeah,
can't.
there's a reason that they want us to think
Preach,
the Earth is round. It's
What's the
flat.
reason?
That has to do more with the spiritual warfare, which is a whole nother debate. Not even a debate, but a whole lot of facts. But
Oh,
that,
my
you can
goodness.
be preaching, I'll preach for hours. But for the flights, right? there was a study to compare reported airline flight time data with two distance measures, the great circle distance of spherical Earth theory and the straight line distance of flat Earth theory. The driving hypothesis is that the flat Earth map is distorted, and so the flight times will not match the calculated distances. This, of course, assumes there is no great conspiracy among the millions of people working for the airline industry or the tens of millions of people who fly on the airplanes annually, which seems reasonable. I am also assuming airplanes on a flat Earth would use the rule we all learned in geometry that the shortest distance between any 2 points is a standard Euclidean plane is a straight line. This assumption was in favor of the flat Earth model for, as we will see, any curved line would only exacerbate the noticeable distortion with increasing flight time and distance from the source. So they have the little map here that shows all the numbers.
What is it, graph?
Yeah, it's like a graph here.
Very
So they located a suitable city that had many non-stop flights to different cities on other continents. In this case, they chose Johannesburg, South Africa. We then looked up flights from this city and chose representative destinations on every continent. After carefully marking the city locations on a printed copy of the map, we painstakingly measured the distance between the cities using a ruler to the nearest millimeter. Flight data from Johannesburg, flight times, and Great Circle distances were obtained from various online databases and calculators. Physical distances were measured on a globe using a taut string to the nearest half centimeter, and on the flat Earth map using a ruler to the nearest millimeter. The globe was approximately 42 centimeters in diameter. The map was printed to the extent of an 8.5 by 11-inch sheet of paper. Negative latitudes are south of the equator. Negative longitudes are west of the prime meridian. So then they have a list of all the numbers, and in the end, it doesn't add up. In order for, let me pull up the facts. The normalized data revealed a tight correlation between the spherical Earth model and flight time, but no apparent correlation was seen between the flat Earth model and flight time.
So how is that, just because you read something, how is that fact? That could be somebody's opinion that put it in the papers, because believe me, the government let us only see what we want to see. Well, what they want us to see, put it like that wording. What they want us to see. They're not going to give us, they're not going to let someone put actual factual data out there that's going to distort anything their objective is.
Well, I got one thing to say real quick. All right, if I'm the sun, right? This is the sun, right here from my perspective, right? This is the Earth. Now the sun, sometimes the moon comes back here, because the moon travels around the Earth like this, right? One part, we never see the other part, right? Now when the moon is here, and the sun is here, and we can see the reflection of the Earth on the moon, how come it's always a curve?
How does it even make sense for the sun to reflect light off of the moon when there's...
Because the sun is shining on the light right here. Look, the sun is shining right here. Now the moon is right here. Now, the moon doesn't have its own light. Now the moon is showing the shadow from the sun, from the earth. The sun is showing the shadow from the earth. And it's a curvature. It's a curve right here on the moon all the time. So how come it's never a flat line or a halfway curve?
How do you know the moon isn't self-illuminated and it doesn't make sense for the sun to reflect light off?
Because I've seen a new moon and it's black. It's not self-illuminated, and I don't believe that the moon, somebody's in there turning it on every 5 minutes. I'd rather believe that the moon is round, the earth is round, than believe that somebody's turning it. I don't think they're that good. I don't think that they're that good at technology that they made this. And my thing is, why would they want us to think that it's a flat earth? They would have no benefits from it.
Well, why would they want you to think that it's round? You think about it. When the satellites are up in the air and they're taking pictures, if you ever do a Google Earth search, it appears to be round. Look and Google somebody's address. And the way the satellites show down, it appears to be round.
Well, the satellites are
They're
round.
not real.
They don't believe in satellites.
Right.
No, flat earthers don't believe in satellites.
The satellites
They think
are round.
satellites. So we got Wi-Fi from
The satellites are
poles.
round.
They don't think it's satellites.
Satellites are round. So if you implement a
They have
visionary,
a domed.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you're looking
Okay.
down,
So
and
it's
so,
gonna be a picture of
so
the-
every time you see the eye in the sky, it's round. So if you implement a thought process into someone's mind, you just pretty much, it looks like that.
But you gotta remember, the globe was an image on TV before we ever went to the moon. Remember with Universal Studios, they already had this same picture before we ever even went to the moon.
So if I can show y'all a picture of somebody drawing the earth round, these people, their religion says that their God who came here, his name is Anunnaki. Anunnaki means those who fell down to earth in sets of 50s. Now when they said what the space looks like, they said it was round.
When they fell down, were they naked?
They put 12 planets. They colored in 12 planets. Colored them in. Like Venus, weird, their cuneiform word for Venus was green. They colored them in. Like they've been there before. And another thing, the Dogon tribe in Africa. When you ask them where they from a planet behind Cyrus B. You understand what I'm saying? They drew the earth was round. So when people say the ancients didn't know the earth was round, the only time we got around earth is through their globe. No, the first time I heard about flat earth was ancient Europe. They thought if they floated too far, they'll fall off the side of the earth. And the Moors taught them how to navigate the globe. That's when when they asked the queen or whoever to go for the Vatican for slavery, he said, all right, go get the Moors. Go get them. They're the ones who are going to show you how to get to where you're going. See
So
what I'm
let
saying?
me ask the question. From a flat earth perspective, how do you explain right now, it's 10, almost 10:30.
Yeah.
Right? If we go over here to Cali right now, it's still light. This is the opposite side. So if the sun is right above this, how one of these will have to be able to move in order for it to still be light over here.
True.
How do you explain
There's
that?
like, there must be like
You'd
10
have
fake
to-
suns.
You'd have to believe that they're telling the truth about the moon and the sun too.
Or
Because if
maybe,
they're lying about
No,
the
we can see
size
the moon and sun.
of Africa, why would everything not be a lie?
well,
I'm gonna tell you why they lied about Africa. They lied about Africa for white supremacy, to make it look like we're not that many big, or we're not that big, so they could look
But
like
how can the globe add up then?
the globe got add up. All you gotta do is shorten it to its regular size, and it'll add right
So
back
why-
up. I mean, the Earth ain't round.
So why does the Bible say?
or maybe the radius of the flatlands is so wide that the sun can't,
Because them dudes that wrote the Bible,
the sun can't actually shine on the whole flat earth at one time. But then when you think
should
about
be
it,
able to.
in retrospect, and I didn't get ready to
You're
say
saying
it.
that the sun is small.
they
Possibly so, or something is spinning around.
So
But one
you would
thing that
actually say that the sun is revolving around the earth.
That's
Not
what-
the earth around the
that's
sun.
it.
This is what it's supposed to look like.
wow,
flat Earth.
that was a deep question.
I seen it.
So basically you're saying that
It's like
the sun is small.
The
The
goes
sun
like
and the
this
moon is
over-
doing spears.
Yeah.
And it's
Inside.
32 miles.
Inside of the
You see it?
globe, inside of the firmament, the sun and the moon is turning in there. All right, my thing is, how come, like he said, it's dark in China? How come I can call somebody in China, if the earth was flat, I could just put one sun over the top and it light everything up. I wouldn't have a problem with light. You know
So
what I'm saying?
then why does NASA guard the ice wall?
The ice wall's guarded. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's cities there that been there that
So you
have
don't
thought.
think that you can fall off of it?
No way.
If somebody was to go around
I'm gonna
the
tell you why they guard the ice
Okay.
real quick.
Okay.
Because there's cities there thawing out that they don't want us to see, and shit that they don't want us to see that are thawing out. You understand what I'm saying? That's why.
There's a lot more than cities there.
There's a lot of stuff there thawing out that they don't want us to see, but that don't mean the earth is flat.
I think something
So-
primarily like as the narrator initially said, a lot of things that we read, just say that we were the first inhabitants of whatever we want to call Earth, is primarily based on people's opinion. So unless we can actually go back to the 14 or 1300s and then come up to the 21st century, we don't know. Okay.
I personally
According
think you
to
guys
this
go
map.
back a little further than that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying in general. I didn't. You know what I mean? But how do you really know? People say, "Yo, man, good luck." So let me just finish my thing. Lady in red. My thing is, until someone says, yo, man, God bless you, or what have you met someone that's died and came and said, it was hot as hell down there? We don't know. So we just primarily base all our thoughts and views, perspectives on theory. Who's to say what is true, what is round, what is flat? And it will continue. It's a debate that will never, ever, ever, ever end. Ever. Because when you watch the Jetsons, okay, and you look at FaceTime, and that show's done in the 1950s, $1,000 was just spent on an iPhone 10 Plus. And FaceTime was around a long time ago. Somebody envisioned that 50 years ago. You go up to the Capitol, you stand up like so, and it would just move the floor.
There's nothing new on there.
Call me Aeroid from now on. My name is Aeroid Jensen.
There's nothing new on the earth, though. Even the Bible says that. And then there's a lot of references, even in the Bible, about, whether you are reading the Torah, the Kabbalah, the Bible, any type of these sources always talk about the firmament and the earth being flat. And then you have every single culture, from the Mayans to the Incans to even Babylonian times, it was always the map drawn of the flat earth, with the round and the ice wall around and the stuff in the middle. Then you got to go back to Pangea. How can it make sense that the earth was ever a globe if everything was connected? It was just connected with water underneath. None of it makes sense for it to be a globe.
Well, I think the Earth's gravity is just an illusion.
And gravity is not even true. There's so many.
That's why I said it's an illusion.
Yeah.
I feel like that. How could it accelerate downward?
Yeah.
I don't
There's
believe
a lot of lies even when it comes to gravity. They lied to us about going to the moon. Why would
Yeah.
some of this stuff not be a lie?
They say that gravity's not real, right? They say, all right, the reason why gravity's not real, the reason why they say that, is their argument that why do bubbles, if bubbles are light in water, bubbles flow up, and you can drop something and it'll fall down, and it's just because it's heavy. My thing is, bubbles are just so light. That's not a real good argument, like that to me at all. Like,
Nah, we did a
Everything's
science
energy
experiment
and
in
weight.
class where you took all of the air out of an actual tube, and you can drop a dime and a feather at the same time, and they would hit the bottom of the tube at the same time. So, you know what I mean? Like that's based on just, weight resistance or air resistance. Like, as far as whether or not there's an actual gravity or not, I look at
Well,
that as
the
being
disc-
almost
Everything is
evident.
The
energy.
disk of Earth travels upward at 32 feet.
the disc,
The disk of Earth.
I guess
What do you
the
mean?
flat earth.
Yeah.
Because it's called the disc and it's flat
Mm-hmm.
earth.
okay, all right, this, all right, now, my thing is this, if we all travel around, our Earth, sun travels around Procyon, that travels around Cyrus A and Cyrus B, that travels around Betelgeuse, everything is going around, everything, y'all. And Earth is the only thing that's not round. Think about that, y'all. And y'all
It is
asking,
round.
y'all telling
It's
me
just
don't
not a
believe
globe.
everything else, but believe
No, I
that.
believe it's round for that reason. Everything does start.
I don't believe it's perfectly round. It's more of a pear egg shape because I believe the moon came from it,
It's fair.
and it's still rounded off because our moon is too perfect for. It seemed like somebody blew the Earth. I believe in God, so I believe somebody might have blew the moon from the Earth to stabilize our waters because we got so much
So
water.
then how do you explain the lunar eclipse?
All right, the lunar eclipse is when the sun
Sun crosses in front of the moon.
the sun crosses in front of the moon.
No, the moon
That's,
crosses
yeah,
in
in
front of
front of
the
the
sun.
sun.
One of those ways.
Yeah.
Moon crosses in front of the sun.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
But how would it be able to do that and then it be able to go pitch black?
I'm gonna show. I can show y'all because
With the globe.
'Cause it's casting a shadow.
I'm gonna show you. If
Right.
this is right,
If it's flat.
and they show pictures of clouds going in front and behind the sun. They show that. They show pictures of that. But that's if you put a flashlight, well, it'll outshine everything. It'll make it look like clouds are going behind it. But that's just
Another illusion, you saying?
it happens like
But
it really does.
what about the Bible and everything repeatedly saying that the earth is from
Show me the Bible where it says the earth is
I had actually the references, but my battery died.
Yeah, her phone.
But-
I saw it too. It
Yeah.
said power off. She was
Yeah.
right.
Let me hold on. Let me jump on that because the Bible is like literally my trying to explain things
Yeah.
to a higher science or a higher level of intelligence type of people. They had some sort of information, but most of their information came from individuals that were of a higher civilization, so to speak. It wasn't like...
It's esoteric knowledge. A lot of them have been spoken to directly by God. How can you doubt that?
I don't know.
I mean,
spoken to directly.
To me,
A lot of the stuff in the Bible is saying it's
Oh,
God's
you mean
word.
the Bible?
Yeah.
No, but see, if you say that, I know, you know, he knows. He's a Bible scholar.
Not just the Bible, but any
I know
of that
something.
ancient knowledge.
Now, when it says that, when it says that people, some people spoke to directly, like for instance, Revelations I can believe John spoke to God because he's related to Jesus, but Mark and all them dudes, they're not related to Jesus. You know, and it's a blood thing, and some of it, like he said, it's kind of like those around that same time. That's when people was trying to was saying the earth was flat. Those are the same people that now remember the word was written in stone. So when you look at the Bible, you're looking at pages of paper. So if the word was written in stone, these dudes that interpret what they seen, they wrote it on paper. Those could be the people with the messed up head. But I know that the ancients that built the pyramids, they got round earths on in their tombs and stuff. They don't have a flat earth picture. Show me a flat earth picture of one of them pyramids.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that.
I'm about to disqualify almost everything in the Torah because one.
You about to disqualify everything in the Torah? I had to chime in. This is gloves off. We don't sugarcoat. We don't beat around the bush. And we damn sure don't bite our tongue. Did he just say that? Ooh, now I'm about to get under the camera. I'm about to get in it.
Wrote the first 5 books.
That's crazy.
Who wrote the first 5 books?
Hold up. What are you referring to?
Not even that it wasn't made yet. Who wrote the first 5 books?
I know.
What in the Torah? The first books of the Torah?
The original Torah. I know for
Yes.
a fact that Moses can't write about his own.
Hold on.
You understand?
Hold up.
This is my whole
Okay,
thing.
go ahead.
How can a man who, for one, didn't exist yet, write accurately about things when he wasn't even on the planet yet? 2, how can he write about stuff accurately after he dies? So he's telling the future about what Joshua was going to do, what the wars was going to happen. How could any of that possibly be 100% accurate unless we were talking about some metaphors? There's no possible
Well,
way.
it is. If you look at the spiritual sense of the Bible and their interpretation of it, it's more like a kid's version, a fairy tale version of a lot of facts, and a lot of it is supposed to be, metaphors and just clues. It's not all like every story is the same story. Like a lot of the Bible, a lot of the Bible is things like astrology. Like when you talk about Jesus and the fish, they're literally talking about
Parables.
they're
Wisdom.
yeah, they're literally talking about, telling stories of like the stars in the sky and seeing the Pisces and the Taurus, like all those different things have been translated into the Bible. That's the spiritual
Right,
explanation.
but then you have parts in the Bible that is raw and unfiltered.
Yeah, it's
And what I mean that's very understandable and specifically is in Solomon and Psalms. Like it's raw, Psalms and it's, man, listen, I read some stories in here and I thought from, in the beginning of the earth, Genesis, it was so nice and friendly, and then it just got raw.
Yeah.
And then you're just standing there like, wow. Even as far as the things that people were doing that would be considered ungodly, like in the sense of, I had a talk with a bishop yesterday, and I just was saying, well, I'm sort of at this point in my life of this, where I feel like I'm at a certain age, and we were just discussing Psalms, and he was bringing up specific chapters where he was saying, listen, there's some parts of the Bible. He said, now, Nikki, you know the Bible of where, things may have not been politically correct, where, as when you were reading, previously to where it starts getting deeper and deeper.
Well, I don't mean to cut you off. Let me me disqualify that a little bit more. God says, according to Moses, the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not kill, right? We got a whole chapter on how we're supposed to kill animals and lay them on the altar for this particular God.
It's a sacrifice.
So, you mean to tell me that a God that's first off telling you, thou shalt not kill, is going to automatically come back and now he's talking about how to be able to kill certain things. Then we got a whole list of things that we can and can't eat, but in the beginning, Genesis 1:29 is telling you, like, you all herbs, all seeds bearing fruit to use, it shall be meat for you. So this is the meat that you're supposed to eat when you come off the trees, but then later on in Leviticus.
This is what.
But it gets
I'm
far
sorry,
enough.
but
There's even
what-
stories
what-
in the Bible about Jesus God sending the people out and to kill the kids. Remember the story with the bears?
No,
Did he send them to kill them?
The boy and the dude, yeah, he
And they ate up the kids. It killed them. And you'd be like, why would Jesus?
The thing is, I don't think it's totally wrong though. I'm saying I think there's something with it because the prophecy, you know. But I see two gods in it. I'm like he said those seeds will be the meat for you and this and that, and then the other God.
But
was
that's
like,
what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
Is that it's regular and then it's nice and then
he
it's
said bring them
wrong.
remember he said bring the animals 2 by 2, and then that dude was just in the background. Then the other ones like bring them 7 by 7. Some unclean, so we can eat them and sacrifice. I'm like, whoa.
I know I learned this too in like a spiritual sense that a lot of the problems with the Bible are human flaw.
Yeah.
You know, it's the person writing it has their own negative intentions.
You're so
or
right,
their own
because
negative thoughts. It's
that
not,
dude who wrote it was named King James. He
Yeah,
also
he
wrote
was
the book of
wicked.
demonology.
King
yeah,
James.
exactly.
He wrote the book of demonology, so I
It's
can't
hard to
trust
believe
people.
all
You know what I'm saying? So,
I think there's some facts out there when it comes to the truth of God, but when you put the man in the part of
But
it,
we actually had that debate in here with Pastor, me and Tyrone.
I think
Remember you asked him about why would God send and you know kill them kids? Remember?
Yeah,
And he
didn't
was
know what to say.
avoiding it.
It's
We
hard.
already had a
But I'm
conversation 3 days prior with one
Alright.
pastor. She said it's a lie. Remember she got upset with you and
But
everything?
I'm gonna ask you though, do y'all think religion is good for I'm talking about black people. Nobody, excluding everybody else, black meaning poor people, not just jet black. I'm talking about Puerto Ricans,
religion is
Mexicans. Do you think it's good for, is it good for us? Did it help us? Or did it help us
so
more?
many
Or did it hurt us?
religions.
I think religion, I need to chime in here, I think religion was a version of self-control into pretty much maintain a relevant sense of slave work. Because now in the 21st century, you bring it up to today, even when we come down to like next week, well this week coming up on the 10th is election day. So whatever the pastor says you should vote for, that's what everybody in the congregation votes for. I think that religion was used to keep people obedient, because if someone slaps me, I'm not going to turn the other cheek and let you slap me again. I'm not trying to kick your ass.
But that's what the Bible said. The real one says, yo, somebody slap you, slap
Jesus
you back.
wasn't real. That's Caesar Borgia.
No, but
That's
that's
Jesus.
I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the word Jesus, that's different.
I love
but
Jesus.
Joshua,
I love the Lord.
Gloves off, man. We don't sugarcoat, beat around the bush.
I ain't a part of this. I'll give it all away.
This gloves off, man. We don't sugarcoat, beat around the bush about our tongue, man. No filter.
No, I'm not taking anything.
A young king blessed us with his presence, man. Yes.
the picture of Jesus is
We out here, man. It's your boy Corona Negra. It's gloves off. Y'all already know what time it is. We don't sugarcoat, beat around the bush about our tongue, man. It's gloves off, man. Listen. Won't you push up some more so I can get the view of the people?
I believe in Jesus.
I'm
I don't even believe in Jesus.
gonna jump in on that because there's a bunch of debate about the whole Jesus thing.
I need y'all to speak louder.
One, there is no J in Hebrew language.
it was no James in Jesus' time.
There ain't no J
His
now.
name is Joshua.
There's no J right now.
Yahweh, he's been called a lot of things.
Nah, God.
Yahweh, that's a
never
different name. It's a whole different.
Jehovah. I mean,
Jehovah was still
depends
God.
on
They
who.
ain't got nothing to do with the Son.
The son is Joshua, the
When you-
Mashiach.
For one, the whole Christian religion is based on the fact that there was a man that basically, I'm not even gonna get into Christian religion. I'm gonna just say,
Gloves off. Oh, my fault.
when we go into Acts chapter 4, verse 12, it tells you that there's only one name under the heaven in which men are to be saved by, right? Of course, as a Christian, I'm gonna say that's Jesus. But Jesus didn't exist until they actually put it in the English language about 400 years ago. It came after the guy was putting it on the crook on the end of an eye. But anyway, the whole point is that when you read the actual story about what it says in the New Testament, and mind you, the New Testament was written by people that wasn't even around at the time. But we talking about, it said that he was hung on a cross. The Bible does not qualify that. The Bible actually says that he was hung on a tree. So
Acts, the real Bible, not the New Testament, the real Bible.
yeah, well, no. The King James version says in Acts chapter 4 verse 30. No, chapter 5 verse 30. 4 verse 31, 5 verse 30. One of the other. You can look that up
Jesus
quite
died
easily.
for your sins.
Gloves off. Gloves the fuck off.
Jesus is an allegory about those who, for one, were basically whipped. There's only one people in history that's been whipped. It said that Jesus had a thorn crown in his head. We're talking about the leadership of the people who were actually thorns that was drawing blood from us, like Jesse Jackson and all these different folks that really don't lead the people but act like they do. It said that
Preach.
Jesus was actually pierced in his side and blood and water came out. So this is symbolic to the fact that they was draining us of our actual culture, history, language, and land.
Gloves off.
It said that Jesus was hung on a cross and he was crucified. Crucified doesn't necessarily mean that you was hung on a cross. Crucified actually means that you had your name slandered. That's what happened to us. They said that basically his clothes was torn off. That was us. We had no covering. There's no way that it said that Jesus came to the lost sheep of the tribe of Israel. The lost sheep, or the people that don't know, like we had the discussion the other night. You said you know where you come from. You know your history. Jesus people don't know their history. They don't know who the hell they are. So in all actuality, there's one particular people that's on the planet who they say are Jesus's people, which are white people, according to what we're talking about today. But in all actuality, those people run the world. But there's some people who don't even know who the hell they are, which would actually be considered to be lost. So the story of Jesus is threefold. So Colossians 4:11 actually says, Jesus, which is also just us, these are all of our fellow workers. So Jesus was a people, not a person. Same thing with Adam. When you go to Adam, Adam was a people, not a person. That's Genesis 5:2. When it talks about, not even getting into the Bible, but the first slave ship that came from Africa to South Florida was called the Good Ship Jesus. The second one was called the Mother of God. So in all actuality, when people was talking about bring that ship back, they was talking about actually bringing back the boat to be able to come save them from where they was at. So there's a bunch of stuff to be able to disqualify whether or not, like if there was an ancestor that lived that we were supposed to be saved by, us calling him out of his name, which is actually Yahshua or Yeshua. And then even when you read the Bible, it tells you that the angel came and told Mary what his son's name was going to be, and it wasn't Jesus. It said Emmanuel, which means God with us. It didn't say anything about Jesus. Jesus is actually Jesus, or
Jesus is a Greek God.
Greek God.
The word,
I don't know what kind of witchcraft this is.
Well, you know what?
Gloves off. Gloves off. We don't sugarcoat. We don't beat around the bush. We don't bite our tongue. Everybody has a title to their opinion.
Well, whatever, and I'm in total agreement with him, and I'm still trying to equate the origin of religion and all the atrocities that people of color have experienced over the course of 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, 900 years. Why the overall veracity of upward mobility of melanated people hasn't enhanced over all this time. We have a host of individuals that have their own views and perspectives in terms of what history was like. Now they're trying to say slavery was a foreign exchange act, or what have you. You have a host of old Caucasian individuals that pretty much dictate what our children read in history books. Okay? So what I'm saying is this. People of color are always looking to someone to lead. I don't even give a fuck if we had signs that said nigger, cracker, blah, blah, blah. If my views and perspectives right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parties in the room right now affected your bottom line of your income or your family's well-being, then you should have something to say. Okay? We can do business, sustain ourselves, and have a debate. I will never debate, and I don't have any way of, I would say, creating some revenue. Okay, the same thing when we get down to Democrats and Republicans and a host of other things that are involved. Okay, and again, going back to my initial point, being if you met a motherfucker that's died and came back and said it's hot or it's cool up there, then I'm open to it. We haven't seen it.
He said hot, cool, all of the panties and gloves off from Flavors. Gloves off, man. Hold on. This your boy Corona Negra. We don't sugarcoat, beat around the bush, or bite our tongue. You already know what time it is. This gloves off. That's cuz, that's Flavors. You know, let's get back to if the earth is flat or round. We went to religion. Now we on religion. If Jesus real, and if you should be Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, or nah. But listen, man. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that religion exists to suppress spirituality, and that when you look at, and I'll go back to it, that was just the answer I was on. But when you look at the Kundalini rising, the final destination is the pineal gland, the third eye, Christ. That's where your melatonin, serotonin, your Christ consciousness. So once the veil's been lifted, for some of us it has, then your knowledge comes directly from source. It doesn't come from some religion or some other aspect. You got native people, Aboriginal people out here still following, what's given to them in dreams or what they pray for. That's answers to your prayers. That's who we're supposed to, listen to. It's supposed to be inside of us. The kingdom of heaven is within.
The crazy thing is that all that's in the Bible. All of that's in the Bible. Both of our arguments are in the Bible. This is what I'm trying to tell people. You gotta differentiate. And the Bible cries and tells you, like, for those who have wisdom, please, like, it's begging, like, yo, please look at
church.
So how do we know Pookie wasn't a part of the conversation from the pool? How do we know that?
He's using a metaphor. He's basically saying, how do we know that someone just didn't come over and indulge into the conversation and say, yeah, put this in that book too. Instead of literally revelations coming down from God himself.
We know, I don't need to cut them off, but we know that if the devil exists and the word of God is out there, that he's gonna fuck. He's gonna do what he gotta do.
Well, first of all, if you believe in God, you have no choice but to believe in the devil. If you believe in the devil, you have no choice but to believe into God. Because if you believe in the devil, hold on. If you believe in the devil, then that means what created the devil? Something had to start to create the devil.
Nah, to me it says in the beginning, it says that God divided the light from the day.
But you, hold on. What parts of the, because you just was sitting here for 45 minutes breaking the Bible down saying it's distorted, Torah is a violation of human race, everything. So boom, right? Now you about to tell me, now you about to give me a piece of the Bible to where you believe it to be true. So you basically saying because damn, you don't shot it and now you want to use it. You don't murdered it and you want to bring it. I'm confused.
A righteous man that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So you got to be able to divide that. See, I'm God. So since I'm God, I create good and I create evil. You know what I mean? So I create both of these. I'm both on the same side. When you come to the middle, it's 7. It's neutral. When you talk about the pH scale, all the way at the top is 14. That's alkaline. I can't be alkaline all the time. Alkalinity, too much alkalinity is bad in a certain situation. Now, too much negativity or acidity down at the tube it can kill you as well. But there's things that thrive in this acidic environment. I create those things as well. There's also things that are perfect within the 7. You got within that.
Hold up, though. Okay, I respect that. So you saying balance? Everything has balance. So we agree on that? Okay. So hold up. We agree on that. This gloves off. So there's a heads and there's a tails. So then there's good and then there's evil.
What we're here to do is to differentiate the facts from fiction, y'all. We can't just say, all right, everything is all fact, no, we gotta see what's wrong. Something was wrong, yo. And under the Council of Nicaea, there were certain people who had control of all of that. They conquered the world, took control of every scripture we ever know. Put what they wanted in the Bible. These motherfuckers were so prejudiced. The closest people to Jesus was a woman. The closest person to Jesus was a woman. Her name is Mary. Right? And hold up.
But Mary was his mom.
Right? Now, no, there's another Mary, Mary Magdalene.
Mary Magdalene.
Now, they took her book, she had a book, but they took it out the Bible. They took her book out the Bible, and then there's a dude named Enoch, right? He's called perfect with God, he took him up to heaven and whirlwind, lived for 365 years. They took his book out the Bible because it didn't go with what they wanted to do and how they wanted to control the people.
Yeah, it didn't go with their objective.
The Bible is a weapon. It was, handed to Columbus as a weapon of control.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I should name it, but basically the people who were all involved with enslaving us, it came down to the best way to control the people is to control their belief system. So religion puts the power of your source of belief outside you, and spirituality puts it within you. And they've even altered that in the Bible from
Gloves
the
off.
kingdom of heaven is within you to the kingdom of heaven.
That's
They
what I was
changed it.
ready to go into
Yeah.
saying. So then, do you believe in heaven or hell? Do you believe that hell, we are
Heaven and
already
hell.
walking on earth, or do you?
See,
Yeah,
I have Buddhist,
Okay, so then, do you believe in Akashic records?
yes.
Me too.
So what it comes down to,
Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Well, then, no, I want to ask you a question.
it is a mind state. Heaven and hell is a mind state.
Give me the bell, please. I'm over here signaling this dude to give me the bell. He's just.
Next to the flat earth stuff, though, is that if we had knowledge of who we are as a people and our power to be more than just we're souls living a human experience, and if we realize our power and all that we can do, it's our energy. Everything is energy. It's our energy that keeps the higher ups where they are in their position. So if we realize our
That
power
comes from
and get
people
out
not
of
knowing their life
they don't
purpose,
know.
and
Let me chime in on this.
Hold on. Let her finish her thought so I can have this all down. What you was gonna say?
me, I
Yes.
was saying that comes from people not knowing their life purpose, also, not knowing who they are and what they are spiritually or who, and, for me, meditation works.
Yeah.
Getting to know self and searching that third eye and that knowing within. And ultimately, like, I have a million hustles, you know that. I have thousands of business. I have different levels of creativity because I know how to channel that.
Yeah.
You understand? And that can give you a lot of relief from stress. I don't let nobody tell me who or what I am. Because I know already, and I already know my destiny. I know who I was, and this probably sounds crazy to some people, but in my past life, I know who I was. And I know who I'm supposedly destined to be. And I know that sometimes in life, we get frustrated when we know that about ourselves, and we are not there.
We're not told.
Right.
We have to
We're
learn
not,
ourselves.
exactly. I feel that way too. I know that I'm destined for greatness. I've always been. I've always been, and I knew that, and I've never kind of like fit in with my friends, people around me. I was just like always the oddball out.
There's select people who were chosen for the veil to be lifted from. It's a number. You know the number?
It's the Rona Negra, it's the Rona, it's the Rona Negra, it's the Rona Negra, it's the Rona, it's the Rona Negra, it's the Rona Negra, it's the Rona.